Alright, so the topic for today's video is death by 1,000 cuts. Now, this has been something kind of on my mind for a while now, but it's not really something that I have really talked about at all. So, death by 1,000 cuts is a failure that occurs as a result of many small problems that may not be fatal, but the cumulative effect of many of them can cause one to bleed to death. So, literally, death by 1,000 cuts. It is a Chinese torture method where they would give you small cuts, like literally close to 1,000 times, so that you'd bleed out. But it's a slow, painful process. And I'm not going to be talking about that kind of death by 1,000 cuts today, although it is very interesting, and I've seen a few videos on that. The kind that I'm talking about rather is basically it's kind of the same thing, but figuratively. So if your brother plays video games and you see him play video games, and every time you walk by him seeing him play video games, it kind of gives you a little bit of FOMO, and that FOMO eventually adds up, and it'll give you the craving to play video games because video games are fun and you like killing people in Fortnite, let's say. Death by 1,000 cuts is painful because you know you're going to relapse, but you just don't know how long it's going to take. And it is something that I have experienced, and it really does suck. But one way you can avoid it is by silencing everything and really just becoming quieter and having a more stable peace of mind, which you can achieve by practicing healthy habits. And if you practice healthy habits, then most of the bad habits will just float away. And honestly, most people's lives are like Pandora's box. All of the bad things surface before the good things. And that's kind of how I live my life, right? I ate junk food, I practiced bad habits, I had social media. Dude, I would scroll for like 3 or 4 hours a day. And eventually, all the bad habits pile up. And if you have some level of human decency in your brain, you'll know that, okay, you'll realize eventually all these bad habits aren't getting you anywhere, and one day you'll wake up and feel like a piece of shit. And if that day's today, do something about it, please. I guarantee you will get results. You'll not feel or look like a piece of shit as long as you stay consistent. Consistency is one of the greatest things a person can do, because if you go to the gym once, sure, you'll get like a fraction of the percentage smaller, but just like dying by 1,000 cuts, getting a fraction of a percentage stronger or better every day can also accumulate. So keep that in mind. Death by 1,000 cuts goes both ways, with bad habits and with good habits. Figuratively, 1,000 small mini relapses can lead to one big relapse. If you see liquor a lot, it can lead you to crave liquor and want to drink liquor, which will lead you to say, fuck it, and then drink liquor. But it can also lead to other things, like it can be the opposite way. If you see a lot of jacked guys, maybe you'll say, I want to be jacked, and learn the process of getting jacked, and then you'll maybe implement that, which is a very good thing. Death by 1,000 cuts goes both ways. It's a two-way street. And if you use it to your benefits, the benefits are endless. But it can also be a negative thing, so always keep that in mind. And yeah, that's kind of it. If today is your first day and you want to start next weekend, just start today. If you're too busy, then that's a good thing, because if you say, I'm too busy now, and you do it, you do the things that you think you don't have time for, the good habits, then when you're not busy, you know you have time for it. Yeah, I'll just leave you with that. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe for more content like this popping up on your feed, which I guarantee will benefit you. And yeah, that's it for today's video. Start today, because the hardest step is always the the first step is always the hardest, and from there on, it gets easier and easier. You build up willpower. You don't just start with it. So, I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.